Soccer plays in crucial matches.
And football defends the ice castle.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown.
And welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm your host for this week, Caleb Ellison, and joining me today is Andrew Peterson. And Andrew, you just mentioned it, for this fall sports season, a lot of crucial matchups are taking place.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of sports are now getting into conference play, and now with the football team, they're trying to keep stacking up wins to get into the Missouri Valley Conference playoffs. And you're going to get us started with football.
I sure will, as this past Saturday, the YSU football team returned to the ice castle to take on 5th-ranked the Southern Illinois Salukis. The Penguins' defense tallied 7 sacks and only allowed 100 yards of total offense. Junior Jordan Trowers led the Penguins' defense with 7 tackles. On the offense, senior Mitch Davidson completed 14 of 18 passes for 156 yards. Senior Bryce Oliver led the team with 5 receptions, totaling 76 yards. The Youngstown State offense accumulated 323 yards, 167 on the ground, and 156 through the air. The Penguins, with the win, improved their overall record to 3-2 and moved to 1-1 in the Missouri Valley Football Conference standings. Youngstown State victory was their first against the top 5 opponents since 2017. And the Penguins will be back in action as they travel to South Dakota on October 14th. The game will begin at 2 p.m. and will be streamed on ESPN+. Now here at the Penguin Rundown, we know a lot about the YSU teams, but we don't really know about their upcoming opponents. So we're going to send it over to Noah Ricks to meet the team.
Thanks, guys. I am Noah Ricks, and this week for our new segment, Meet the Team, it will be the number 17th ranked South Dakota Coyotes as the number 20 ranked Penguins will head into the Dakota Dome this Saturday. Now, the South Dakota Coyotes are coming off a dominant 38-7 victory over Missouri Valley Football Conference opponent Murray State this past Saturday, as junior tailback Travis Thias had a breakout performance with 26 carries and a career-high 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. They also looked fierce against the North Dakota State team, who was ranked 2nd in the FCS, as junior safety Dennis Shorter had the game-winning interception to seal the upset 24-19 in the Fargo Dome back on September 30th. Now the high-powered Coyotes sit in 2nd place in the Missouri Valley Football Conference at 4-1, as well as a 2-0 conference record, and ride a 4-game winning streak inside their season, with the only loss coming from the 5-1 Missouri Tigers, 35-10. Now, for the Penguins to win this game, the defense needs to break out and have a stellar performance. The offense for South Dakota averages around 26.2 points a game, but the defense is something that YSU wants to keep a close eye on, as South Dakota has given up just 13.4 points a game. I'm Noah Ricks, and we'll see you again when we meet the team.
The YSU volleyball team played in 2 Horizon League contests on the road this past weekend, taking on Purdue Fort Wayne and IUPUI. Against Purdue Fort Wayne, it was an offensive explosion for the Penguins as 3 players recorded double-digit kills. YSU dropped the first set to the Mastodons, then won the next 3 consecutive sets to win the match. Junior Jasmine Vergara led the Penguins in kills with 21, while 5th-year senior Josie Borm gave her teammates plenty of chances to score as she led the team with 29 assists. The next day against the IUPUI Jaguars, the Penguins fought hard but could not pull away with the win. The Gwins took the first 2 sets of the match but then dropped the next 3 straight sets to lose the match. Sophomore Abby Householder led the team with 17 kills and also recorded 2 aces. Youngstown State is now 2-6 in conference play and looks to get back in the win column October 13th against Robert Morris University. The game can be watched live on ESPN Plus, first service scheduled for 6 p.m.
With a rainy day in Cleveland and a brisk afternoon at Farmers National Bank Field, the YSU women's soccer team continued their Horizon League schedule with crucial matchups against Cleveland State and Oakland University. In the game against the Vikings, the rain did not put a damper on scoring opportunities, as a total of 30 shots sailed toward the goal. When the final whistle sounded, both teams settled for a 0-0 draw. Sophomores Tyler Berry and Chloe Weiland each had 2 shots on goal in the game. Senior goalie Brooklyn Kirkpatrick finished the game with 5 saves and her 3rd clean sheet of the season. After a 3-day waiting period, the Penguins were back at home against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. After 2 goals in the first half from graduate student Macy Wairinga, including a penalty kick in the first 6 minutes of the contest, the Gwins went into the locker room down 2-0. A quick strike from Barry off of an assist from Weiland cut the lead in half, but ultimately was the last goal scored of the game as the Penguins fell to Oakland 2-1. Kirkpatrick had 3 saves for the Penguins as the team had 14 total shots and 8 shots on goal. The Penguins will return to the pitch on October 12th at 5 p.m. against top-ranked Milwaukee at home. You can watch the late game live on ESPN Plus and view live stats, scores, and more on YSUSports.com.
The Youngstown State University's men's golf team rounded out its fall season over a 3-day span October 8th through the 10th at the Bucknell Invitational. On day 1, the Penguins finished with the team total of 292 to finish in 5th place out of 19 universities. The Penguins continue to hold on to the 5th spot to finish day 2 with a team total of 289 and compiled a score of 581. The team looks to take the 4th spot from Villanova, who has a team score of 580. Individually, sophomore Ryan Sam jumped from the 28th spot to tie for 8th place heading into day 3. For more information on the men's golf team, visit YSUSports.com.
The Youngstown State University cross-country teams had a stellar weekend as they traveled out to Slippery Rock for the Bill Lennox Invitational. Both the men and women picked up second-place finishes. For the men, senior Riley Jackson would lead the charge with a 5th-place finish and a time of 25:32, a personal record. Thomas Hunyadi also set a new personal best with a 9th-place finish and a time of 25:49. Also for the Penguins, Keegan Barnett ran his best time of the season at 25:57 and placing 13th. On the women's side, Grace Rhodes led the way with a 12th place mark of 23:22, while Elena Cuevas would take 14th place and a time of 23:29, with Kenzie Beckett following just behind her at 23:34. The cross-country teams will be back on the road this Friday when they travel to College Station, Texas to compete in the Texas A&M Arturo Barrios Invitational. The men will start at 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the women to follow at 10:15. For more results on that meet, you can go to YSUSports.com.
The Youngstown State men's and women's swim and dive teams opened up their season against St. Bonaventure at the Riley Center Pool this past Saturday. YSU won 9 events but fell short with a combined score of 276 to 101. The men were defeated 122 to 101 despite a start with the victory. In the 200 medley relay with a time of 133.29, junior Aleska Radenovich and sophomore James Slesser each earned individual event victories. Radenovich took the win in the 200 IM and Slesser in the 100 breast. The women lost just 154 to 87. Juniors Haley Clark and Odiwa Cognac also earned event victories. Clark won in the 1000 free and Cognac in the 100 breast. The Youngstown State's men's and women's swim and dive team will be back in action this weekend, October 13th and 14th at the Osquaden Auditorium in Akron, Ohio. And now we're going to send it over to this week's Player of the Week.
Thanks, guys. Welcome back to the Penguin Rundown. I'm Tazai Howard, introducing your Penguin Player of the Week, none other than number 10 running back Tyshawn King, who earned his 3rd MVFC Newcomer of the Week off 22 carries and 117 rushing yards on Saturday. Congratulations goes off to King, our running back for the Penguins. Back to you guys.
And that is everything we have here for you at the Penguin Rundown this week. To keep up with everything up-to-date YSU related, you can go to YSUSports.com. And to keep up with everything Rundown, follow us on X and Instagram at Penguin Rundown 1. I've been Caleb Ellison.
I've been Andrew Peterson.
Stay safe, Penguin Nation.